everyone, and welcome back to my channel Gabbabetic, and welcome to today's video, which I'm doing as part of Diabetes Awareness Month, which is November. This video is all about diabetes slang, if you want to call it, all those diabetes words that you might have seen but not sure what they mean or never heard at all and be completely surprised to see. I found that when I joined the diabetes online community, there was lots of acronyms and words I just didn't really know what they meant, even though I'd been 15 years with type 1 diabetes. So I thought I'd do a little video for Diabetes Awareness Month and bring awareness to these terms. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And comment down below any new words that you found out today, even if you've been diabetic a long time like me. And also stay tuned to the end of this video because I am going to be announcing the lucky winner of the cherry squishmallow, which I put up in a giveaway a few weeks ago. So we're going to be announcing the winner today. So stay tuned for that at the end. Hope you enjoyed the video and let's get started. So I'm going to start off with some of the basic phrases or acronyms because I want anyone who's newly diagnosed and found this video to be able to understand what they mean first before we get on to the more complicated diabetes stuff or more things that people experience after a few years with type 1 diabetes. So the first one I'm going to start with is DXD, and you might see this on different posts, DXD and then a year or DXD and then a date. I didn't know what this meant for ages. I was like, what is that? But it actually is just short for diagnosed. Don't ask me why we've shortened it to this instead of just saying diagnosed, but that is what DXD stands for. So you could say, for me, DXD 2008, and that would mean I was diagnosed in 2008 with type 1 diabetes. So another one, when you're diabetic and you have a low blood sugar, the official name for that is hypoglycemia, and if your blood sugar goes high, the official name for that is hyperglycemia, and sometimes these are shortened to hypo and hyper. And that's just what people say. It's kind of different what people say for when they're having different blood sugars. Like I would say I'm having a low blood sugar. I wouldn't really say I'm having a hypoglycemia episode. So just to be aware, there's different phrases for the different type of blood sugar you're having, and people kind of use them interchangeably. So in the same way, you might hear people saying, I'm going low or I'm going high. And it probably sounds strange to anyone who's not type 1 diabetic to hear someone saying I'm going high, but it actually refers to your blood sugar and it means you're having hyperglycemia. So on to some more complicated words or words that you might not hear as often. So one that I actually really like is called rage bolus. So rage bolus is when you're in high blood sugar and you just get so angry with being in a high blood sugar. Maybe you've already taken some bolus insulin to correct already, but it's not working. You might have done that already, or maybe you just get so angry, but you basically just get so angry that you want your blood sugar to go down that you just take a big bolus, like maybe even more than you're supposed to, or an extra one on top of one that you've already taken, and you just get so angry you just take like 4 or 5 units just to try and bring down that high blood sugar. So you're just like, oh, I just need to get rid of this. And often then you might go to normal blood sugar if you're lucky, but you might drop and get a low blood sugar because you've just been so angry. You're just like, I'm just going to take a load of insulin altogether and get rid of this high blood sugar. But that is called a rage bolus, and often it does result in it going probably low because you're just so angry you just want to get rid of the high. So it's kind of a funny one. Like I do like that one. Kind of similar to that then is crashing. So crashing is when your blood sugar is just plummeting. Maybe even after a rage bolus your blood sugar just starts to crash, so it just goes right down, way double arrows down, all the way down. You just start crashing, and that means you're just going into low blood sugar extremely fast. Your arrows and your CGM are probably 2 down, double like that, and your blood sugar is crashing. So an acronym now, MDI. I actually didn't know what this meant for ages. I kept seeing MDI all over like Instagram and stuff, and I was like, what is that? Because I'd never heard of that, and no one really says MDI, I feel like, in person. So MDI stands for multiple daily injections, and that is someone like me who basically is not on an insulin pump and takes insulin injections. So like I have Tresiba and Novorapid, so I am MDI, multiple daily injections, and I feel like that's one that's not explained a lot, and it just refers to a person that isn't on an insulin pump and is doing injections multiple times a day. So it kind of makes sense when you know it, but it's not one that's really explained. So I think that's a really useful one to have, and you'll definitely see it come up again now that I've told you. Diaversary, I really like this one. So Diaversary is the day that you were diagnosed diabetic. It's the anniversary of that. My Diaversary is in July, and I was diagnosed in July 2008. So it's been a while, so my Diaversary is then. So the specific day is the anniversary of when you were diagnosed. It's kind of a thing, like people do celebrate it or don't. Some people are really for it and some people are really against it. I'm all for it because I feel like you should just celebrate another year with type 1 diabetes, that you've survived, that you've kept going, you know, that you're managing. Some people see it as like, why would you celebrate a chronic illness? I can kind of see both sides, but for me personally, I do think it's a good idea. Treat yourself, get yourself a present, get yourself a cake. You're dealing with this illness for the rest of your life, so might as well. And it's kind of a new term. Like, I only celebrated my own first Diaversary maybe 3 years ago when I first heard that it was a thing and that people were celebrating. So yeah, Diaversary, I think it's a nice thing, and if you've never heard of it before, maybe you want to go ahead and celebrate it now. DKA, I feel this is one a lot of people may know already, but maybe you never heard of it if you're newly diagnosed. So DKA is diabetic ketoacidosis. Chances are that you were probably in DKA when you were undiagnosed. So as you know, if you don't have insulin, basically the sugars in your bloodstream build up and your body starts to use muscle and fat as an energy source. So you get these things called ketones, which are like chemical properties in the blood, I guess. But the danger is there if they build to too high a level, which is probably over about 1.5, and you check this on your ketone monitor or on the urine strips. 1.5 for a type 1 diabetic person. If they build too high, probably 1.5 or over. So there are these chemical properties that build up and they make the blood very acidic if they get too high, and the danger there is that they can change the pH of the blood, which can have really bad, terrible effects on organs if you're in DKA for too long. You can end up passed out and in a coma, and obviously it's very dangerous then if you're not found. But I was in DKA when I was diagnosed. My ketones were just like off the charts, and obviously the way to fix that is to flush them out and have insulin. That's why when you're sick, ketones can sometimes build. It's very important to test for them, to be drinking water to flush them out, and to make sure you're still taking your insulin when you're sick. So yeah, DKA is not somewhere you want to be, but definitely a useful term to know. Easy term then is your endo. Maybe I should have said this at the start of the video. Endo is your endocrinologist. You'll hear people saying, oh, I'm going to my endo's office. That's what that means. So that's the consultant that you'll see probably every 6 months to 1 year. Endo will review you overall, approve things like if you want to go on a pump, things like that, big decisions, they will be able to help you there. So definitely make sure you do have an endocrinologist for your diabetes care, as well as diabetes nurses. Dawn phenomenon. So dawn phenomenon is a thing that can happen to some people with type 1 diabetes. It's basically where those very early hours of the morning, these kind of wake up hormones start to show in the bloodstream, and they can actually raise your blood sugar. So what you may notice is that you have a nice steady blood sugar all night, then get a huge spike at like 4 or 5 a.m. just when your body has those natural early morning hormones start to be released. It's very annoying because, you know, if you're on insulin, that's an injection like me, you might have to get up in the middle of the night and take insulin. I had a bit of experience with this before Tresiba. I was getting like nice stable blood sugar and then a huge spike, but I was on Levemir at the time and that didn't really work for me anyway. I was getting other spikes. So it could have been dawn phenomenon, maybe not, but it was happening. It's basically an early morning spike in your blood sugar, which is just because of your body's natural early morning release of hormones that spike your blood sugar. So if you do notice that yourself, maybe you never heard of dawn phenomenon before and now you have an answer and you can look into that and talk to your team. There's no real solution other than taking insulin. I don't know, like that's the only solution that I feel like there is, but it's definitely something worth knowing. D.O.C stands for the Diabetes Online Community. If you're watching my video right now, you're probably part of the D.O.C, the Diabetes Online Community. And if you just found this video and you're not really on YouTube or Instagram, I would definitely say get on there because the support is really good. I only joined 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago now, but I've met people on there and I've actually met my support group where we meet in real life, but we're still the Diabetes Online Community because we're still talking to each other online. We have a WhatsApp group, but it's just a really nice way to stay in touch with people that have similar situation to yourself, or to find advice, or just to hear what's going on. Like that's the only way I would have heard about the new Dexcom in Ireland, the G7 and things like that, and how to advocate for myself to get the proper diabetes care. And it's just nice to know that you're not alone. So the D.O.C is Diabetes Online Community, and I definitely encourage you to be part of it. RollerCoastering, it's what it sounds like. It's your blood sugar going like this. You probably have days like that yourself. Maybe you didn't know what to call it before, but that is what it's referred to as. It's blood sugar going up, going down, going up, going down. I've had days like this all the time. Sometimes diabetes is really, really difficult and you have these roller coaster days, but it's just about getting through it and seeing in the long term how you're doing. But we all have those roller coaster days, so at least there's a name for it. Last two terms I think are really nice. So the first one is Diabuddy, And a Diabuddy is a friend with diabetes as well. So someone that you can relate to, talk to, rant about all diabetes things. They're called your Diabuddy. Or you could have a Diabuddy as part of the D.O.C, the Diabetes Online Community. And the last one is Unicorn. And I actually like this one. It's probably one that I had never heard of before I joined the online community. So a unicorn is a blood sugar of 5.5 millimoles per liter, or 100 if you're in the States. 5.5 or 100 are considered unicorns. Not exactly sure why, but I think it's because it's like a perfect blood sugar. It's like right in range, not too low, not too high. So it's a unicorn because it's very rare and you're not going to have that all the time. So when you catch it, magical experience. Sometimes a unicorn is referred to when your CGM and your actual blood sugar meter match. So they're matching. It's very rare again to have them exactly the same. So it's considered a unicorn. I really like that. I think that's a really cute one, just to make you feel proud of achieving something. Like if you get a really good blood sugar or you're matching with the CGM. I think these terms are all about celebrating things with diabetes. So I really like that one. That was my little video about diabetes terms, and I think it's a good way to start off November for Diabetes Awareness Month. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment any new words you learned today if you're type 1 and you hadn't heard these before, or if you're not type 1 and you found out some new information, let me know in the comments down below, because I really love to hear it. And let me know any acronyms or phrases that I left out that could be included in this video. Do share them down below. Thanks so much for watching. Now it's time to announce the giveaway winner. And if you are the winner of the giveaway, well, first of all, thanks to everyone who entered. That means a lot to me for watching my video and entering. If you're the winner of the giveaway, you can either send me an email to the email address on the screen, or you can send me a DM on Instagram, and my link to my Instagram is in the description as well. So if you're the winner, let me know, DM me or email me, because I want to get your address so that I can post the Squishmallow. Thanks so much to everyone who entered. Gonna do the draw now. Best of luck, and I'll see you all in the next video.